P.D. Ouspensky's theory of eternal recurrence significantly influences and Inspector calls, shaping Priestley's exploration of fate, responsibility, and repetition. Ouspensky proposed that individuals relive their lives repeatedly until they learn from their mistakes and break the cycle. Priestley integrates this idea into the play through Inspector Gould's arrival, which forces the Birlings to confront their past actions. However, their refusal to change suggests they are doomed to repeat their mistakes indefinitely. The play's structure also suggests time is cyclical rather than linear. The final phone call, announcing a real inspector's arrival, implies that history is repeating itself. This reinforces the idea that the Birlings are trapped in a loop of ignorance and consequence. This links to Ouspensky's concept that individuals must acknowledge their past failures to break free from endless repetition. However, the Birlings, except Sheila and Eric, refuse to accept responsibility, suggesting that time will continue to repeat until society truly learns from its mistakes. Priestley reinforces the theme of repetition through events, dialogue, and sounds that echo throughout the play. The doorbell and telephone ring sharply, creating a pattern of abrupt interruptions that signal moments of revelation. The doorbell's sharp ring announces the inspector's arrival, while the telephone rings sharply at the end, delivering a final moment of suspense. Not only is the inspector himself repeated, but also the sound of his arrival and its echo in the final moment, reinforcing the inevitability of accountability. Another key repetition is Gerald's proposal. At the start, he gives Sheila a ring, and she reacts with delight, saying, "Isn't it a beauty?" showing her excitement and naivety. However, after the inspector's revelations, when Gerald offers the ring again, Sheila refuses, saying, "No, it's too soon." This contrast highlights that Gerald has not changed, still attempting to reset events and erase responsibility, whereas Sheila has evolved, gaining a deeper awareness of morality and self-respect. Eric also unknowingly repeats his father's words, reinforcing how attitudes are passed down through generations. Mr. Birling initially states, "A man has to make his own way, has to look after himself as part of his capitalist ideology." Later, Eric reiterates his father's words, saying, "A man has to look after himself," showing how deeply ingrained his father's views are. However, as the play progresses, Eric begins to reject this mindset, illustrating his growth and increasing moral awareness. Mr. Birling's speech about responsibility is later contradicted, yet he stubbornly repeats his capitalist ideals even after the inspector leaves. Sheila echoes the inspector's language, showing how his message influences her, while the final phone call mirrors the first interruption, emphasizing the cyclical structure of the play. Ultimately, Priestley uses repetition to reinforce his message that, unless society as a whole acknowledge their mistakes and change, they will remain trapped in an endless cycle of consequence.